A very long time ago, in a kingdom of gold and glory, there lived a wealthy and affluent king with a daughter so beautiful her name stirred the hearts of all. Her beauty unmatched, but with beauty came pride and scorn for all those who sought her heart. In spite of repeated entreaties from her parents, she refused to marry any man in the land.
You, old and ugly, you think I would marry you? You must be joking.
Her mother talked and talked and talked, but instead of listening, Afiong mocked and mimicked her mother's warning, saying,
My daughter, this needs to stop. Your pride, it's like fire. It burns all those who come close to you. These are good men. Consider one of them.
Oh, please, mother, enough. I will only marry a prince for a far, far land. The most handsome man in the world. He will be strong and perfect in every way and capable of loving me, the most beautiful girl ever.
Tales of her defiance spread far and wide. Her parents grew weary and the kingdom curious, but Afiong remained relentless. One day, a ripple of commotion stirred through the village. A handsome man, more handsome than any of the natives, had been spotted in the village square. Soon, news got to the palace and Afiong rushed to see for herself. On arrival, Afiong saw the most handsome man she had ever seen in her life. Their eyes met. Time stood still. They fell in love immediately, and she invited him to her home. The prince, delighted, went home with her. She brought him to the palace, hearts already intertwined, and introduced him to her parents. "Who is this stranger?" the king asked, as he and the queen looked on this unknown man with fear. However, the prince immediately asked for her hands in marriage. Although reluctant, they gave their blessings and the two got married. He lived with them for 2 days and then he said, "I wish to take you back to my country. It's very far away and beautiful." To this, Afiong agreed immediately, but her parents tried to persuade her. "Do not go, my daughter. You do not know this man." However, being very strong-headed, she made up her mind that she was going to follow him. It was a sad day for the entire kingdom. And so they began their journey to a far, far land. The prince walked beside her, eyes forward, silent and calm. Afiong expressed her fatigue after so many days, but he reassured her, "Beyond this lies my kingdom." Days passed and the land began to change. Afiong said, "This feels very different. Where are we?" Afiong and her husband crossed the border between the spirit land and the human land. Immediately they set foot in the spirit land, strange things began to happen. Suddenly, his appearance and apparel began to change. Shadowy spirits and figures emerged from behind the glowing trees. "Return what you borrowed." First, one demanded his hand, then another demanded his leg, then another demanded his body, and so, one by one, they reclaimed what was never his. The prince was left with nothing but his skull. The princess was terrified. "What is this? This cannot be happening." The prince laughed. "Ha ha ha ha. This is my true nature. I tricked you. I borrow all these body parts to come and marry you. You now belong to me." The princess begged, "Please let me go home," but he would not allow it. Took Afiong to the deep, deep world, to his home where sunlight never reached. There lived his mother, a withered old woman who could barely move. But Afiong tried her best. She cooked, cleaned, brought water and firewood to the woman. The old woman was very grateful for all the attention and became very fond of Afiong. One day, the old woman felt so sorry for Afiong. She said, "You are kind, despite everything." That night, this old woman called her old magic, Spirit of Spider. Spirit of Spider, comfort. A magical portal opened and a shimmery spider floats above. This colorful spider, with sparks and strands, hovered mid-air and waved Afiong's head into a beautiful braid and put on a crown. He then dressed her up. She gave her anklets, charms, and blessing, and the old woman gave her supernatural powers. But she made Afiong promise to always obey her parents. She then used her power to summon the breeze and gently take Afiong to her kingdom. Soon afterward, the breeze deposited Afiong outside of the palace. There was commotion. Palace guards gasped. They ran to inform the entire kingdom that the princess had returned. The king and queen rushed, overwhelmed with joy. Afiong said, "I am so sorry, father and mother. I will never disobey you again." When the king and queen saw their daughter, they were so glad. It had been months since they last saw her. There was feasting and dancing throughout the kingdom for 8 days and 8 nights. Afterwards, the king passed a new decree. No daughter shall be married to any stranger from far away kingdom. We shall scrutinize all growths. Soon, the prince from the neighboring village, who had always been in love with Afiong, came to ask for her hand in marriage, and she willingly consented. They lived happy, long, and deeply in love and had many children.
Enjoyed this story? Thank you for watching it till the end. Do remember to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. Also turn on your post notification button so you will get info the next time we release a beautiful story. Thank you.